So a week ago, there were two groups that actually stepped up to the plate. That is the Unity Project and the American Foundation for Civil Liberties and Freedom. And let me tell you something, they did one hell of a heavy lift, along with a lot of other people. Give them a round of applause, they earned it. So for those of you who don't know, prior to March of 2020, when Washington Post decided they wanted to take me out, I was a Fortune 500 attorney who represented the biggest companies on this planet. And then for the better part of the last decade, I took a left turn from that work and I started going against the Asian mafias that run child sex trafficking in brothels in Southeast Asia. And the best I ever heard about courage came from my time in Thailand in 2013. Late teens at the time, she was my secretary. But she was a product of the sex trafficking environment. Walked into my office, and she said, when I was 12 or 13, my parents started. And I walked down the street to clear. And I walked down the street at the end of our dirt road in rural Thailand. On the back. A pickup truck. And they jumped out of the bed and they wrestled me to the ground. And they wrestled a narcotic agent in it. Slave trading camp on the Thailand Burmese border. The world would come to look at us and buy cattle at an auction. The reason she woke up from that narcotic agent down and executed a 2-year-old too loudly. This is the world she came from. This is the world I come from now. Tyranny, and I don't give a damn what hippies are. And then she proceeded to tell me that I had never forgotten. I told it once or twice from the stage, and I think it needs to be told again tonight, so here we go. Time in this slave trading camp. One day the guards and they were going to round up the girls and start basically what was a firing line. And lay guns on temples and watch only to ultimately fail and be range. And when she got to that part of the story, talking, and she looked at me. What did you do? The guard got to you. Looked at me, and she said, I stood up! Out my hand, and I'll shoot myself because I don't want to shoot myself anymore. Because I'm in the camp, the owner of the trading, and the owner of the camp, and he overheard her, and he let her walk free. And I learned that day a lesson. And I learned that day. I have never since forgotten which is this. And a locked and loaded double barrel to do you in. You tyranny that is about to do you in. You stand up.
like now to announce Dr. Aaron Williams up to the stage.
We're all here today because we know that freedom does not come from the end of a needle. That's an illusion. Simply an illusion. And tonight, we could talk about a lot of things, but I want to talk about illusion versus reality. I grew up in a 3-stoplight town in southern Illinois, and during my time growing up and going into medicine, I always believed there was no way you could ever have enough corruption at the CDC and the NIH and the FDA to actually believe that they would lead us astray. They would mislead us intentionally and do us harm. That was my illusion. How do we create illusions? Well, let me tell you a little story, and I need a little show of hands here in a moment. When you think of the all-American hearty breakfast, what are the first 2 foods that you think of? All of you thought of bacon and eggs. Raise your hand, please. Okay, I'm thankful for this one, but that is not a result of advertising. That is a result of a propaganda campaign, okay? Advertisers long ago, and PR firms, public relations is literally the new translated name for propaganda when it got a bad name. That's all it is. Literally, they changed it. So they knew, the PR people knew, if we try to sell somebody a piano, we can't just say, hey, you need to buy our piano. You're going to say, no, I don't have the money, no, I don't want to, no, I don't like music, or I'm going to buy a truck, for instance. But either way, go kick rocks. So they understood that that didn't work very well. So what they had to do was they had to create the reality around the customer in order to get the buyer to come to them. So, because they had control over media and everything else that people consumed for their information, they said, let's go do this. They got some different celebrities, they went to the newspapers, they went to the magazines, and they said, hey, let's make this a thing. That every modern home has a proper music room. Everyone. So everybody looks around at each other and they think, well, this is a thing. They find the room, honey, which room are we going to use? That room's a great music room. I think that's what we're going to do. They look over in the corner and they say, honey, I think that piano would look really nice in that corner. Don't you think? So piano sales skyrockets. Now, let's take another one, for example. Let's get back to that bacon and eggs. So what happened there was a bacon company went to a master PR firm and said, can you help us sell more bacon? So they didn't go to the customers and say, buy more bacon. What they did, he goes back to his own firm. They have a doctor on staff that works for them, paid by them, as to basically do what they say. He says, doctor, now, Americans don't eat much for breakfast, maybe a roll and some coffee and maybe some tea, but that's about it. This is back in the early 1920s in that neighborhood. And so he says, well, wouldn't you agree, doctor, that Americans would be better served, their health would be better served if they ate a hearty American breakfast, maybe including something like bacon and eggs? The doctor, who's on the payroll, dutifully says, yes, I totally agree. So he says, well, off the books, not with our company, no association here, would you be willing to send a letter to 5,000 of your doctor friends and ask them if they also agree? He says dutifully, yes, I will. So they get the results back. So they say they're counting the votes, never published, of course. And surprisingly, they get 4,500 yeses and 0 nos. Now, we don't need advertising. Here's what we do. We go to the newspapers, we go to all the media, the televisions, and we say, and here's how the headlines read. 4,500 doctors urge Americans that they need to eat a more hearty breakfast to better their health. Maybe something like bacon and eggs. And hence this is born. All scientists agree, 97%, all of these things come from these propaganda campaigns, but it's an illusion, okay? Now, that guy, okay, we're talking about bacon and eggs. Again, I'm thankful for this one. What else did he do? Well, he ran the propaganda for World War I for the US government. Not exactly small potatoes. Also helped the CIA overthrow the Guatemalan government with a propaganda campaign that he created. Additionally, helped get a lot of women smoking with their Torches of Freedom propaganda campaign. Kind of a big player. So, not small potatoes. So how can they create these illusions? Well, let me tell you about his family. His great uncle none other than Sigmund Freud. And more importantly, you say, oh, this is all in the past. We like eggs and bacon, you know? We don't need to hear about propaganda. Well, he also wrote the book called Propaganda. That seems significant, but more importantly yet, his great-nephew was none other than Mark Bernays Randolph, who was the first CEO of Netflix. So when you think about these people being able to craft an illusion for all of us to believe and for the public to go with, there is easily verifiable data. We can find the evidence of all of these things throughout history if people take the time to look. One of the illusions they've created is that doctors, that we're few, that we're not very many that are behind this movement. Most every doctor agrees with these vaccines that aren't really vaccines. Most doctors agree that early treatment doesn't work. Nothing could be farther from the truth. We have thousands upon thousands of doctors behind the ones that are speaking that are behind you and are 100% in this fight. They're all there. We have everything from neurosurgeons to pediatricians to anesthesiologists to anything you name it, we're all there. And more importantly is another illusion. There's an illusion out there that the government always wins, that the government has power over us, that we the people don't have the power. Nothing could be further from the truth, and the only thing that limits us is our belief in that illusion.
Yeah.
So aside from all the medical talk, what I want to tell you is that you have to understand that and break that illusion. You know, the little things that we do every day, the power doesn't just exist on a stage or with a microphone. The power exists with the people. The constant pressure, the peaceful and constant overwhelming pressure upon the system until the house of cards falls. Because our freedoms, again, do not come from the end of a needle. They never have, they never will. They don't come from a government that puts into law injustice. They legalize injustice. That's not where our freedoms come from. You know where our freedoms come from. They come from our Almighty God. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next we have a speaker pilot, Josh Yoder.
Hi, good evening. So happy to see all of you here this evening. It absolutely warms my heart every time that I'm in a group of patriots like this. The reason that everyone's here tonight is because you're standing up. Finally. We've been waiting for so long across this country for people to stand up. For me, this journey started in August 6th, sitting in a hotel room in Chicago. United Airlines had just come out with a mandate for their employees. They said, you're going to get this jab or lose your job. At that point, there was no federal mandate. I spoke to a couple of friends and decided we had to do something about it. So we stood up and formed an organization known as U.S. Freedom Flyers. You may have seen the meltdowns that happened at Southwest and American Airlines. They blamed it on clear weather in Florida. You know, it's really pesky. But it turns out when you mistreat your employees, and you take their rights for granted, and you think you're going to bring tyranny into the workplace, into people's lives, they don't take it well. And I'm happy to say we still have a lot of patriots in this country who stood up and didn't just say no, they said hell no, we're not going to take it. That hands down is the most effective thing that we ever did. On November 22nd, we filed a lawsuit against the Biden administration. We're suing them. It's the federal contractor clause of that mandate that all these airlines, large trucking companies, sea shipping, and rail, they're hiding behind it. They're saying, hey, it's not us, it's the government, they're making us do it. So we said, okay, no problem, we're going to help you out. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that and see what you do when you stand on your own. We're currently out of 27 airlines, 5 rail companies, Lockheed Martin and Boeing. Most of them have backed down. They've accepted religious and medical exemptions. To this day, we do still have 4 airlines who have stood up. They said, we're going to have a mandate regardless of what the federal government says. And we're getting ready to file lawsuits against them as well. What I've learned of this trip across the country with these truckers is that the American spirit is not dead. It has been amazing. I'll be honest, I've been really concerned over the past 6 months especially. I was afraid that the American spirit was dead. But I can tell you, driving from California all the way out here to Indy, I think I counted less than 7 overpasses that didn't have Americans standing on them with flags. It is one of the most powerful things that I have ever been a part of. I want to give a huge shout out to the truckers. I'm obviously not a trucker, I'm an airline pilot. I actually come from a family of truckers, and that's one of the ways that I got involved in this. But without them doing what they did, you would not see the movement that you're seeing across this country. Look at all these people that have come out. Look at all the average citizens in their cars that are following this convoy, and they're a part of it. It's because you see that there's a problem, and you want to make a change, and the truckers are spearheading it. These are people that have gone unnoticed and unappreciated for way too long. And you know what? It's over. They're the tip of the spear right now. They're standing up for you, and you're standing up with them. And we're all going to stand together as Americans. And we're going to tell this tyrannical government that we're done with this. We the people are the government. We're going to take the government back. And we're not going to accept tyranny anymore. So thank you so much for coming out this evening. Thank you for everyone that's watching this and supporting these truckers. You know, together, standing together, we're going to make the difference. We're going to change our country. We're going to do it peacefully. We're going to do it lawfully. We're not going to go into D.C., but we're going to stand up and say, hell no, we're not. The games are over. We're taking our country back. This is 1770. Our unalienable rights, they come from God, protected by the U.S. Constitution. And the people that aren't government, they have forgotten that. You know, we the people, we are the government. We're going to stop it. We're going to take it back. I have a lot of faith in this nation. All the citizens of the United States. You know, we see what Canada did. They're standing up. This is happening all around the world. So many people are fed up. This is about all of us as humanity, standing up for human rights and for each other. And I would just encourage you, never underestimate the power that you make or have as an individual. When you stand up and when you do the right thing, you never know who you're going to influence around you. And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing people who stood up, and everyone's rallying around those people, and we're changing the world. Thank you so much for coming out this evening.
Thank you so much. I'd like to invite Dr. Ryan Cole from Idaho with the Frontline COVID-19 Critical Care Alliance.
Thank you here, because I have I feel like I'm coming home when I'm here with you. A man who wrote a little pamphlet called Common Sense a long time ago If there must be trouble, let it be in my day that I look out on the face of courage here. This is real America. I don't see fear here. I see the hearts of lions. Thomas Jefferson said, I am a revolutionary, that my children may be farmers, that their children may be poets. Now, I could stand up here and spew a bunch of medical knowledge. You guys can go online, you've seen us, you've seen my colleague, Dr. Malone, Dr. McCullough. You've seen the doctors of the globalcovidsummit.org. That's 17,000 doctors. We're the ones that care about health freedom. That's more doctors than are at the NIH, or at the CDC, or at the FDA, who have combined, thank you, who have fed you nothing but a crock of lies. I don't get my health instructions from Anthony Fauci. And I welcome a debate with him anytime. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him. Yeah. But what is this about? It's not about red parties. It's not about blue parties. It's about red, white, and blue. Because that's who we are. I wore the uniform with pride, and I took an oath to defend our Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. We need our oath takers. And this is a room full of them. These are people that stand for freedom and believe in the Constitution and the rule of law. And we are peaceful, law-abiding citizens, but we're not laying down. If your doctor thinks MD means minor deity, find a new doctor. If your doctor thinks MD means make a difference, you found the right doctor. It's interesting in history, if you look at how tyrannical governments and socialist communist movements started. Mao, Stalin, Pol Pot, Hitler, where did they start? They took over the healthcare system. They took over the healthcare system. What have we seen in this last 2 years? Lies. Yes, we've seen lies. And we've seen evil attempts to tell you what to do with your mind and your body. Those are yours. It is all we own. It is sacred and it is ours. I took an oath. And my oath wasn't to the government, my oath was to the patient. My sacred oath is between you and me and my ability to help you be well. But you know what the best doctor you will ever see is in this room right now? It's not me, it's you sitting in your own skin. It's up to us to take care of our own health, not a government. This is a government that has overstepped its bounds. These are healthcare agencies that have overstepped their bounds. It is time to restore freedom to this great land. There is no medical emergency anymore. If they tell you that, they are lying. Yeah, the media's lying too. Yeah, and if you don't know about the Trusted News Initiative and how they all colluded against us, yeah, look that one up too. I don't have time to explain that. I am proud to stand here today with my amazing brother truckers. And my sister truckers, because you're beautiful too. I have an old Peterbilt on my farm, and I like a little grease under my fingers. And at the beginning of the day, I put my shorts on 1 foot at a time, just like the rest of you. Sure, I wear a title. That doesn't matter to me. The only title that matters to me is that I'm an American. And today we're all truckers. This, keep on trucking, and let's stand in freedom and unity with peace, firmness, and strong resolve. This is about our children, and we will never bow the knee and never let this happen to us again. This is not a red issue. This is not a blue issue. It is a red, white, and blue issue. And I'm get my phone away. I want to finish with one thought. St. Augustine. And you may know this one, but never forget it. The truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. Let it loose. It will defend itself. God bless America.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ryan. We got another very own Indiana Dr. Don Stock.
Here's a Hoosier. This is one of my brothers in freedom, Dr. Dan Stock, and I'm honored to be here with him. He represents you as a state, but he also represents medical freedom, and I think it would be an honor to hear a few words from my esteemed, humble, amazing friend, Dan.
My lovely wife Elizabeth and I came out here tonight because we figured if there was a group of people who were willing to inconvenience themselves and put their finances and their names at such great risk to stand up for freedom like this, the least we could do is walk out here to say hello to them. And then Ryan tells me how to come up here and speak to all you guys, which is even more flattering than I've been flattered in a great many ways. I was a little sad to hear the first speaker upper come out and say that he was going to have some doctors come up here who are a lot smarter than you are. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a bunch of letters behind my name. So does Ryan. So does Dr. Fauci. Those letters and those credentials may have let me find out that this was a sham a little sooner than you guys did. But I doubt that there's anything about your intelligence which is lesser than mine or Ryan's, that you didn't figure out pretty quickly that this wasn't about a virus and this wasn't about healthcare. This is about making sure that you were subjugated. And ladies and gentlemen, no amount of credentials can be put behind any name to make him so that he can tell you that you're dumber than he is and that you should be genuflecting to his intellect. Who's the boss in the doctor-patient relationship? That's right. Ryan said it, I'll say it. Any doctor who won't say it is a doctor that you need to be taking your power back from, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very honored to be standing here today, but let me tell you what kind of things honor me more. I am the son of a 35 missions over Nazi Germany bomber pilot and the woman he came home to cry out all the horrors that he experienced over there. And ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to put up nearly as much sacrifice as the people who fought underneath that flag did. You know, the greatest credential I'm ever going to have is the one that the people who sacrificed, like my mom and dad and the family who put this flag out here, the same thing that every one of you has the chance to earn, and that is to call yourself a United States citizen. And let me tell you how I hope you're going to exercise those incredible credentials that you share. Because the reason we got into this, ladies and gentlemen, was our legislatures have failed us dismally. Those governors, that president, Dr. Fauci wouldn't have that power if our legislatures had not given it to them and then walked away and let them keep it. And if you live here in Indiana, you know that because you watched our legislature where the supermajority of Republicans do nothing to take back that power. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to listen to the newspaper tell you who the candidates are. We know you can think for yourselves because you're a United States citizen. You can find out who the freedom warriors are who are willing to say, I don't work for the leadership in the Senate of the House of either the federal government or the state legislature. I don't work for the lobbyists. I work for the people who are in my district that I'm supposed to be representing when I go there. I didn't get elected because I was really, really smart and smart to make smart decisions for them. I got elected because all those people had a collective intelligence and I was supposed to go there and be their voice. And if you have a candidate who has shown that he is not willing to stand up to his legislative leaders and say, you aren't what matters, then, ladies and gentlemen, you have failed to do what you as a citizen were supposed to be doing. When they wrote our Constitution, the Founding Fathers gave the state legislatures the power to take power back from the federal government and to control it in your name. And you need to make sure that that is where you concentrate your efforts, because the legislatures in every state across this country are where the solution to this lies, not getting a new governor. We're not going to fix this by shooting Dr. Fauci. This is going to get fixed by having the legislatures take that power back from the executive branch where they gave it. We have candidates here stepping up in the state of Indiana to do that. Heather Carey, Becky Cash, Mark Pierce, Sean Selby. I'm forgetting Richard's last name. Bagsby, thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, they need your time and their energy. And for those of you who aren't from Indiana, find out those candidates in your state and get that state legislature back under control so it's serving you. Not the leadership, not the lobbyists, not the federal government, it's serving you. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we will have earned the right that these guys fought for and got for us. My mom and dad won't have suffered in vain, and your children won't suffer in the future. And that's what we all need, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everyone who came out here tonight just as much as I want to thank every person in this convoy who has sacrificed their time with their family, their money, and even probably putting their reputations at risk, because you know that they're all going to be written up badly in the press, all right? You're all going to get smeared too, but ladies and gentlemen, let's thank all of them and show our gratitude by being involved in that legislative election and making sure that incumbency isn't what gets you a continuing ticket to represent your district. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Dr. Beanz. Next for you, we got Congressional Candidate of North Carolina 12th District, Tyler Lee.
Well, good evening, everyone. As he said earlier, my name is Tyler Lee, and I'm a congressional candidate out of Charlotte, North Carolina. I just want to say it's such a privilege to be on this stage with fellow patriots like yourself, because this movement would not happen without all of you. And these truckers, I just want to take a moment to say it's an honor to stand beside them. And let's just honor them right now. Let's give them a round of applause. You know, these guys inspire me. This is the whole reason I'm running for United States Congress. They inspire me, they inspire you, and they certainly inspired the world. And I have to give a shout out to our brothers and sisters in Canada who lit a fire under all of us. 2 years ago, a line in the sand was crossed for me when the government decided to shut down my church and my friends' small businesses, but they left open the strip clubs, the abortion clinics, the liquor stores, big box retailers. And you know what my own governor in North Carolina said? He said, we're going to leave the liquor store open because we need to be able to cope with this pandemic. Yet, people were isolated from their community, from their church community, and because of that, we saw mental health and suicide skyrocket. And this is pure evil that we are fighting against. Since I launched my campaign last May, I couldn't have imagined, we knew it would go downhill, but I could not have imagined how quickly it has happened. But it seems like every day, we're all fighting for the police. We're defending them, not defunding them. We're standing up for parents because their children are being indoctrinated with this evil propaganda. We're standing up for healthcare workers and individuals like yourselves who have been terminated or threatened over termination from their jobs because they decided they wanted to make a personal choice that they didn't want to take the vaccine, and that is unconstitutional and un-American, and we've got to put a stop to it, and we will. But lastly, I have to give a shout out to my truckers. You know, honestly, before 7 days ago, I didn't know much about the trucking industry. And I have to say, many of you in this room are now family to me, and I've listened to their concerns. The overregulation, the unnecessary regulations that these independent truckers deal with, that these corrupt, career-long politicians, they legislate from their ivory tower in D.C. and have no clue what these truckers and individuals deal with in their businesses on a daily basis. And lastly, I want to say one thing about this vaccine. My brother serves in the United States Army, but he has boldly stood up and he has denied the vaccine, and he is being discharged as we speak. And that is so un-American. We're going to put a stop to it. That's the whole reason I left the business world behind. I burned the ships. I am so sick and tired of corrupt, career-long politicians that don't listen to we the people. In the Bible, there's a story where Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt, and he went to Pharaoh and he said, "Let my people go." This convoy is going to D.C. to say, "Let my people go, Joe!" You know, I follow the Lord Jesus Christ, and I don't believe anything of eternal significance can be accomplished without prayer. So I feel like in this moment tonight, I want all of you to get on your feet right now. There's nothing stronger than this crowd that we have right here. And I want you to grab your neighbor's hand to your left and your right, and we're going to stand in unity. We're all going to pray for our country. We're going to pray for this convoy. We're going to pray for the administration. This is not about Republicans or Democrats, black people versus white people, although the elites want us to be divided, but we're not going to fall for that anymore. We are going to lead boldly and and fearless. And we're going to pray now. We're going to pray for this country. So bow your heads with me. Father, we come to you now. It's an honor to stand here on this stage. Thank you for this platform that you've given all of us in this room. You've certainly given us a desire, a sense of boldness to stand up against this evil that the church has failed to stand up against for many decades. And it's sad that we have to be here today and do this, but Lord, I pray your angels of protection over this convoy as we make our way towards the D.C. area. Lord, I pray for our country. I pray that scales will be removed from people's eyes and that they will see the light and that we give them a sense of hope and that you continue to use us as a vessel for your glory. I pray for our administration. I disagree with what they're doing, but Lord, I pray for our administration right now that they will come to see you and that they will begin to turn away from these evil ways that these paths that they're taking us down, Lord. I thank you for what you're doing in our lives, Lord. Thank you for this convoy. Thank you for these truckers, all these patriots. I just pray that you meet them wherever they are at right now, Lord. Whether it's a financial situation, it's a health situation, you know their individual needs, and I just pray right now that you continue to bless us and bless our journey as we head towards D.C. It's in your name I pray. Amen. Hey, one last thing I want to slip in, and then I'm going to drop the mic here, but when I go to Congress, I'm going to stop funding Anthony Fauci's salary. We're going to get to the bottom of who's funding him and why he's still there, why he's the highest paid government employee. He needs to go, and I'm going to go expose him, but I need your help. I need you behind me because I cannot do this on myself. I'm here to represent you. I work for you. We'll try to lock him up. Thank you all. God bless you, and may God bless America.
Thank you so much. We've got a special treat for you tonight. Just showed up, Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita. There we go. Who here's from Indiana? All right. Who here is from out of town? Out of state? Well, let me just say as maybe, I hate to misspeak, but perhaps as the highest office holder found, let me welcome y'all to Indiana, the great crossroads of this country. We like truckers here. We like people who love America here. Thank you for standing up and giving us, as the last speaker said, giving us all some courage to stand up for ourselves and stand up for this great nation and all the things that it's given us. No? And I don't know, maybe it's okay that Canada had to wake us up in this regard, but I think we've been waking up for a long time. They call it American exceptionalism. It's spelled with a capital A and a capital E. It doesn't mean that we think we're better than anybody else. That's not the point. It doesn't mean, although we may be, it doesn't mean that we have a better military than everyone else. Well, at least for now we do. Thank God for those men and women. For me, as the Attorney General of the state of Indiana, what American exceptionalism means, is that we are unique to world history. Never before. And that's why you're standing here. You're not standing here because you want me to do something for you. You're standing here because we as the people need to make sure we're keeping this republic like our founders intended. That's the purpose. That's why you're here. If you're here looking, let me tell you something. That guy with the mouth who says, do something for us, bring us justice, let me tell you something. Because no politician will ever be this honest with you. If you're looking for me to solve your problem, we will have a problem. This is not a one-person thing, and not one person, whoever gets on this stage, is going to solve it for us. It's only by keeping this republic and taking this country back. And that doesn't mean just going to Washington, D.C. I've been there. It's a terrible, toxic place. We'll go be known there, but you know where you got to be? You got to be in your school board meeting. You got to be at your city hall. You got to be at your county commissioners. Because that's where this pollution is starting. And that's where it's going. And that generation after generation is being indoctrinated. They're not being taught the things that we were taught in grade school and high school. They're not being taught any of that. They're being taught garbage. You know what? I've been to 100 schools. I swear to God. I have been to 100 schools across this country, not just in Indiana. In every classroom I go to, I ask them this question. Same one I'm asking you. Have you ever been taught American exceptionalism? Have you ever been, do you know what that means? Has your teacher ever said that to you? 95 times out of 100, the answer is no. American exceptionalism means we are unique to world history. Doesn't necessarily mean we're better, but we're unique. Why are we unique to world history? We're unique because never before have the best ideas for self-governance, i.e. liberty, come together at the same time, in the same place, but in that Constitution. It hadn't been done before, and it hasn't been done the same way since. We flipped it on its head. No longer are we going to be subjects of a king. No longer will we be ruled by a government, the king. In fact, we the people were on top. And the government is supposed to be subject to us. That's why you're here. And the only thing above us, we the people, is supposed to be the rule of law. The rule of law applies to each of us equally, so it's supposed to go. That is, the government's not supposed to do favors. It shouldn't matter what color you are. It shouldn't matter your education level. That was the magic. That was the uniqueness. That was the exceptionalism. And that's why you're here. And the only thing about that is God Almighty Himself. I appreciate it like you're welcome. I want to thank you for the time. I don't know if you're all getting paid for this. Do your job! This is a tremendous amount of time. I thank you organizers for keeping us safe. I thank our state police who brought me in and are keeping all of us safe. And I thank our local county officers. We are here for you. We are here for the police. And we are here for you. So, do this. Remember, it's our country. As Franklin said back at the founding, you have a republic if you can keep it. That's where the focus has to be. And if we all get involved, if we all keep the pressure on, if we all keep the focus on, and if you all keep, yes, people in office like me accountable, then we will be all right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Attorney General. Thank you. Next for you, we've got Brian Braze, the People's Convoy organizer. Let me first clear the air by saying co-organizer, because this is not just a one-person job. I'm not the only one doing this. There are many, many, many people a part of this. Many of them are here in this crowd right now. There's at least 30 truckers that are a part of this. There are multiple organizations that have come to, that you've seen some of them here that have come up to help us get this going. So, organizer, no. One of many organizers. And right now I want to give a big round of applause for those hard workers behind that have done this every single day. You know, I didn't really come up here with a game plan, what to talk about, what to say, and I'm nowhere near as good of a talker as some of these people that have been up here. But I wanna
she's right there.
I wanna start like this. It's not a right issue, it's not a left issue. It's an American issue. It's not just an American issue, it's a global issue. It's a people's issue. It's a human being issue. It's our issue. The People's Convoy may have been started with some truckers, motivated by our brothers and sisters to the north. Thank you, Canada, we love you. But this isn't a trucker's convoy. I know, weird. Not a trucker's convoy. It's a people's convoy. If you look around in this room right now, you see a lot of different symbolism around. You got a side-by-side hanging out over there. You got a pickup truck over there. Of course, you got the 3 semis in here, but you got a couple beautiful bikes too. You got an old Jeep, you got a pickup with a travel trailer out there. It happens to also be a mobile kitchen because he's taking care of some of us. You see an RV over there, and then you see a bunch of pickup trucks and cars out of there. See, this ain't about the truckers. This is about the people of the United States. This is a people's convoy. And I encourage every single American, I don't care if you're from the left side of the aisle, the right side of the aisle, I don't care if you're straight, gay, bi, male, female, or whatever you may be. At the end of the day, you are all Americans. I don't care if somebody comes up here or any other platform and talks about why you should vote for him, because I'm going to be honest with you. Don't. Until you do your research. Look into your candidates. Read all about them. Look into their voting record. Look into their personal life. How are they? Are they really a God-fearing man or woman? Really? Are they? Or do they just get up here and do a bunch of this? Do they really care about their husband or wife and their kids? Or do they just worry about the photo op? Don't ever vote a straight ticket. Never, never, never. Because I promise you, somebody on the right and somebody on the left is evil. You do your research. You become informed voters. The only way to save this country is for it to be ran by we, the people. It is high time that these career politicians go. It's time for things like, I don't know, term limits. It's time that it's recognized that holding a political office is a civic duty in which you leave and go back to work afterwards. Running campaign trails and shaking hands and kissing babies and smiling for the cameras every 2 years or every 4 years or whatever it may be is not running our country. It's just, I don't know, look at me, I got a pretty smile. That crap don't work no more, and it's pretty evident by looking at everybody in this room. We have had enough! Again. It is time to remind the governments around the world, not just the United States, but around the world, that they work for us! I love each and every single American. I love each and every single human being on earth. I don't care about your background, where you came from, what you believe or do not believe in. I do not care. I don't care because I believe in freedom. You have the right to be and to do and to think and to act as you feel. Doesn't mean you have to agree with it. Believe me, I don't agree with everything either. But you can't stand up here and talk about defending the Constitution of the United States or believing in absolute freedom, guided by rule of law, under the Constitution of the United States and the Bill of Rights, and then try to, not like something and protest it, really, right? But what you can do is you can stand up to a government that wants to violate your constitutional rights. You can stand up to people that try to take away your freedoms, and you should. At this point, this is your civic duty to stand up. It is the civic duty of all Americans, of all citizens of the world, to stand up. I'm going to ask my family to come up here quick. Can my family come up here, please? That includes you, Dan, and you, Alan, and Bonnie. Come on. Not anybody in the world is who they are or able to do the things they do without the love and support of their family. Yeah! Nothing in this world is more important than those in your life that are here from day in and day out for all the crap you put them through. These people on the stage, and there's many more, but these people on the stage are the closest thing to my heart. These are the people that keep me on the straight and narrow. These are the people that keep my moral compass exactly where it needs to be. And these are the people that remind me when I'm screwing up. Without these people right here, right now, I would not be standing on this step deck. Without these people right here, right now, I would not be the man I am today. And I just want to make sure they are recognized for everything you guys have done for me. And the man that you've already become. See, that ain't a family photo op, that was real. You see the difference? I got a little fired up there tonight because, well, I think you know why. I don't know if you guys know this because you're all in here enjoying the show. But right now they shut down the exit because there's so many people trying to get in here. It's backed up to us. You know what that tells me? You know what that tells me? There's a lot of people out there, I'd say it's a very small amount, judging by what I see going down the highway right now. But there are people out there that think we're the bad people. We're wrong. What we're doing is evil. They want to paint us as being some far right or left or whatever crap they spew out their mouth. But we're not. We're not that at all. We're a variety of people. We come from every walk of life. In fact, I don't know if you knew this, but trucking is the most diverse industry in this country. Truckers come from every walk of life. Literally. They come from, even in the American trucking, they come from every country out there, right, Jerry?
Yes, sir!
Jerry left communism to come to the United States and drive truck. Throughout the journey to this spot, it's played in my head. Am I wrong? Am I the one that's wrong? No! Are we the ones that are wrong? No! I agree. The answer is no. And I know that because, like they said before, every overpass, I'd say from Arizona to here, has been packed full of Americans. I'm not.
So right now, we're live in Ukraine. There's some live feeds here at the top left-hand corner. There's 3 or 4 feeds. On the right-hand side, you have a four-way intersection. Bottom left, you have Lublin, Poland. On the bottom right corner is another key.
But I want to use that to our advantage right now, even though people that hate our guts are watching.
Oh yeah, they are.
I'm begging that every truck driver around the world, stand up now. Australia, you're up. Batter up, Australia. I know you've gone through hell. I know you've tried. I know it's been difficult, but now our brothers to the north, brothers and sisters up north have inspired us U.S. truckers to do it. Goodness, I hope we can at least inspire you to do it too. Germany, Poland, Israel, Finland, Sweden, you name it, every single truck driver around the world, now is your time to stand up and send a message to your world leaders and your governments that they work for us! God bless you all. Good night.
Thank you so much, Brother Wilson. I have for you John Sensor from Epic Flight Events to explain the role of the American flag.
The great Rush Limbaugh said, "When are we going to see pushback?" Rush, I'm looking at it. I'm John Sensor, and my son and I drove in from Nebraska with a huge, ginormous flag, and it's sitting right over there in between a whole bunch of trucks, and it's crying out, "Illuminate me, illuminate me." I purchased this flag a year ago, and it's been sitting in my camper because I've been waiting for the right time to unfurl it. I decided a while back I was going to call it the Unite in Light Freedom Flag. And I heard about this event, I was following them, and God told me this is the time to unfurl it. It's never been unfurled before. This is going to be the first time, and there's no other flag like it because it has that beautiful Spanish gold border around it. So, when you leave here after the last speaker, we're asking you to go out these doors, head over there, pull out your cell phone, turn on the light, and think about someone special in your life. Maybe it's your uncle who died in Vietnam. Maybe it's your dad who fought in World War II. For me, I'm thinking of those 5 sailors last August that died on the USS.
Alright guys, we're gonna set up for this. If I wait till it's over, we're not gonna have a good spot on this.
Is because my son is a rescue swimmer, and he was a squadron just before that squadron, and they had to go train somewhere else, and that squadron came in, and they weren't scheduled. They volunteered to go replace them, and they're the ones who had the accident. So when I hold my light tonight, and I'm walking under that flag, I'm thinking of them. We can think about the Canadian truckers, the Ukrainian freedom fighters, whoever, but think about someone and hold that light to illuminate that flag. The truckers are going to turn their headlights on, and we're going to have a procession through, because we have different backgrounds, different nationalities, come from different parts of the country, but we're all Americans, and we're all going to unite in light tight to illuminate that flag. See you in the light.
Thank you so much. And I have co-organizer for Freedom Convoy, Marine Steel.
Hi everyone. Hi there. This has been an incredible experience, and there's a few sentiments I wanted to share with everyone tonight. So many of you aren't able to go on this entire journey with us. And it's been a life-changing experience for all of us. Some of the things that I've learned that I was under quarantine, and one of them is the fact that patriotism is alive and well in this country. Everywhere we have gone, We have received the most sides packed, overpasses packed, and what you mostly see is just the red, white, and blue. Just flags for freedom, pride in country again, and love of fellow countryman, which has been so dead for so long. The other thing that I've learned on this journey is how generous Americans are. Everywhere we roll into, people roll out the red people, and no one will let us pay a dime. There's food for the truckers, there's food for anyone else that joins. This has been just the beautiful American heart on full display. It waves and flares on the outside for all to see, and it has just been incredible, and I wanted to share that. In the back of our bus, we have a Rubbermaid bin, and it's full of letters from American people. We have letters in there from nuns. We have letters in there from moms and dads and businessmen. There's hundreds and hundreds of letters. But the ones that bring tears to my eyes, and some of the big burly truckers behind me here, are the ones from the children. There's a little girl, Whitney, who emptied out her piggy bank, and there's a $10 bill, a $2 bill, and 3 $1 bills, and a piece of candy in there for the truckers. A little boy, Travis, said to the hero truckers, "Thanks for keeping me free," and he taped a cookie to the postcard. And it's these beautiful things like that are so heartwarming, seeing the American people come together, united for sure, but the beauty of the American heart and American generosity, it is second to none. We've seen it historically when people wash upon our shores for freedom, and they are welcomed here with open arms. We cannot let the light of liberty go out on our watch. It was handed to us by our elders, and we need to hand it to a free country. So I'm so proud of you all for being here. Thank you all for standing up and for joining hands and unifying, because we are a united country. Do not believe it for 1 second that we are divided. We are not, and you're showing it here this evening. Everyone is. God bless America. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mom. If I can get off the phone over here. It's Marcus Summers for the People's Convoy co-organizer.
Whoa! How about that? It's great to see all you guys, and if the cameras, would you just go out there and just show everybody all the way out, like way out there. Amazing. Incredible. I would like to ask Mike Landis, Brian Brazzi, Rebecca, Jerry, where's Alan and Bonnie? That's what. While they're coming up, I just want to say, you guys, it's been awesome to see this from the windshield of the tour bus. It's been amazing. Nearly every overpass that wasn't an exit or an on-ramp was covered with people from California to Indiana. That's incredible. We had the pleasure yesterday to get ahead of the convoy and stand on the bridge on an overpass and watch the convoy pass under us. It was amazing. We got to talk hands, talk to the hands, shake hands, talk to the people. It was incredible. So I want to say here, these here, Bonnie, Alan and Bonnie, Brian, Jerry, Mike, are the lead organizers here of the convoy, and I'm telling you, this is just an amazing thing here. We are truckers. I'm a trucker. I'm actually one of the, I think I might have been the first guy that was hit, I was shot at, driving my 379 Pete on I-70 in Ohio. Some of these people were on the phone, they heard it. I
I was shot at. My glass was shot out of my truck. I wasn't sure what was going on, and they weren't either. But it was just crazy. That was back on June 8th, 2020. But somehow I dodged the bullet, and the hand of God kept me safe, and I'm here, and I'm thankful to be here. So we're going to sing Amazing Grace. Second time, I just want everybody to join in with us. Yeah. Yeah, join in now. Amazing grace, how sweet that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but
He's in the house. Josh Cole for everyone. And you made it out. And I see you brought our friend. I gotta go.
Safe. And thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You've been rolling, brother. You know what? It's worth it, man.
Hey, just really quick. I forgot to mention something earlier that's really critically about Pastor Art up in Canada. Pastor Art's a guy that's been to jail quite a few times, and he's been to jail because he's been standing up for the truckers up in Canada. He was doing nothing more than passing out food and water and having conversations with him, and they threw him in prison. They're trying to make an example out of him. They made him a political prisoner. So Cindy Chapin, who many of you probably know, she's organizing to help get him out of prison. And she has a website. It's called freepastorart.com. I'm asking you to all go there. I believe on March 9th, they're asking for rallies at all the consulates, the Canadian consulates all around the country. There's numbers on the website that you can call. You can call the Canadian government, you can call the U.S. government, and you can demand his release. He's a political prisoner, just like our January 6ers. So please, help us get people. Thank you.
Gotta turn this off, guys, the mic.
Think about that special person you're holding that light for. Think about our country. Hold the light for our country. The great Rush Limbaugh said, when are we going to see pushback? Well, I think we're looking at it. All right. Looks like they're starting to trickle out. So hold the line here, folks. Hold the line until they get that flag unfurled. Once that flag unfurled, I'll give the signal. We'll fire up our cell phone lights to illuminate it. It's going to drone overhead. It's going to be a great shot. We're sending a message to the world. And we're sending a message of unity and light. You know, I don't think you guys are on the front line, the leaders.
maybe about the first 10 feet of people. If you want to, we need people to keep the flag off the ground once it's unfurled. And if they walk past, go in between them and put the flag up. You can still hold your light, but we need just some volunteers, maybe about 25. And spread out in this open area. We're good. Just to hold it up, keep it off the ground. You know, the wind might catch it, you might not even have to hold it. But some areas you will. So spread out, it looks like we're just got about enough. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, we asked all the truckers to turn their headlights on. It looks like we need a few trucks to turn some more headlights on.
All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. I see it.
That's the nice thing.
We got to see our buddy Ben Berquam with America's Voice News, Frontline America in there. We'll see him again in a minute. The music turned on, so I had to get out of there so they don't take down any lives.
Stand out there. We're a little thin over there. We're a little thin over there. Spread out, people. It's too close. All right, I call this the hourglass because it's shaped in an hourglass, these trucks, and if you look at the drone shot, you're going to see it looks like an hourglass, and we're going to be, it's awesome shot. The reason I call it the hourglass is because what is an hourglass? The sand is spread out, and then it comes tight. It comes tight through the center. Well, the flag is the center of the hourglass. And we come from different parts of the country, different, I said, nationalities, religions, but we're all Americans, we're all united in light for freedom. And once you walk through the tight part of the flag, then it spreads out and we all go our separate way, therefore the hourglass concept. I think this is going to be history. It's going to be a part of history. Come on up, folks. We're all lining up here. We're getting ready to go. We need a few more truckers to turn their headlights on. Our flag holders are on standby. I love it. I'm starting to see cell phone lights on. Not yet, though. If you want to, you can, but the signal hasn't been given. All right. You guys look perfect. You're spread out. Looking good. Looking good. I think there's a bird in this speaker. Keeps chirping from time to time. You know, it's tough to demoralize a patriotic American. And we can't be demoralized, because that's what the enemy's trying to do. And all the darkness in the world, I love this saying, all the darkness in the world cannot put out the smallest light. So think about when we unite in our light. We're about destroying darkness. We're not against people, we're not against Justin Trudeau or Joe Biden, we're against darkness. And what better way to illustrate that by uniting in light and illuminating it. All right, folks, come on up. Looks like they're still coming out. All right, when I give the signal, you're going to slowly draw the flag out. Okay? It's not a race. Gather for me, Carla. Okay, folks. We're going to get started here. All right, we got a little music to kick it off. A little louder. up our cell phone lights to illuminate this flag. All right, let's get those cell phone lights on, flashlights on. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's unfurl that beautiful flag. There's no other flag like it in the world with the fans go. Slow down, it's not a race. Slow down, nice and easy. Stand your borders for honorable appointment.
not be going home until the truckers go home. I'll be bringing you guys live footage, live coverage every day. If it takes 5 days, takes 10 days, takes 20 days, we'll be there.
this unfailing love, that you would take my place, Jesus, that you would bear my cross, you would lay down your life for us, that I can be set free, set us free. Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me, all that you've done for me. We have freedom! We have freedom! Amazing grace. You guys have a great night.
But there's so many drones up there, you'll be all over YouTube. Well, maybe, unless they kick it all off. I bet you won't catch on CNN. Okay, we're getting there, folks. We just gotta tie it off. It was awesome. I can't tell you how many people came up to me and said they just appreciate it. EpicFlags.com. What? EpicFlags.com. You see the drone, representatives of the drones. Rock, can you get one for you? Okay, folks, we're about to bring it over to the truck. When you walk down here and see how they're doing and tying it off.
Watching you live. How you doing? He was like, hey, I see you. My dad watches you again.
guys are awesome patriots.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention for just a moment? Ladies and gentlemen, there is a flatbed truck right over here that has all kinds of food. Hello, hello, everybody, can I have your attention for just a moment? We appreciate all the donations that you're bringing in. There's a flatbed truck right over here. It's got all kinds of foods on it, donuts, oranges, you name it. We would like to have everyone here take what you want on your way out. Take it home with you. And remember us and thank you. Thank each and every one of you. Thank you. God bless you, truckers. Have a safe journey across to the District of Columbia. And God be with you. God save for a trip. And God bless you for what you're doing. You're the most patriotic Americans this country has ever seen. And we will win our freedom back again. Amen. It's the Washington District of Corruption. DC. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I was staying in a hotel like
Joe, you tired yet? Are you a morning person?
And you see this entire parking lot over there, this entire parking lot over here.
There's just such a level of enthusiasm.
We just FaceTimed my nephew in California, and he's loving it. He was going to try to start out there, but
That drive up here, though, yesterday was pretty brutal. Just, you know what I mean? The traffic thing was... Yeah, man, we always look for you. You're our guide. You're like Jesus, man. You just like lead us through the pack. Well, you know, I'm just doing a parallel right there. I know you're not. Neither are we. But you know what I mean? It's like... What's that? What he said as soon as they start scrunching the flag up, get out of the bed of the truck because it goes in here. Like it literally fits in here. We may do another set like tomorrow or something on the back of the, you know, our coffee thing. We may do one.
I gotta stop and grab the coffee.
But I heard you, man. You're not a coffee man. You said that the other day.
You give it to her for me.
Babe, I'm bringing you back some coffee.
That's right. Bring it to us.
I've been drinking coffee this week.
I don't know.
How you doing?
I'm from Nebraska, so oh, that's you?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh man, I supported you the whole time. I thought that guy's badass in his wife.
She supports me. I was up there on the porch with her. She shows up.
That's awesome. That's your wife? What a sweetheart. She's watching you, man. It's accountability, bro.
Yeah, really?
You're too far away from the kids. Oh, sorry.
Well, you know, we should What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Pretty good, man.
How's the filming going?
It's going good.
Going good?
How's everything going? Huh?
Good. You guys capturing some good stuff?
Yeah, we got some really good stuff yesterday. We were passing through Illinois.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. That was my favorite day of shooting so far. Yeah, what'd you think about the rally?
Awesome.
Good?
Matter of fact, the flag.
Yeah.
The way they brought it out.
Oh, yeah. I barely caught it. I was trying to get the drone out. I couldn't get it to work, so I thought, you gotta come check it out. You know, I gotta come see it.
I got a drone. I returned the one I got the other day. Got a new one today, just to find out. It's for iPhone, so.
And you don't have iPhone.
I don't have an iPhone.
Ah, man. You'll see something similar.
I mean, think about a company like DJI. The Mini 2. Unless I have to buy the adapter because it comes with the connection to the iPhone.
Damn, man. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Are you still streaming right now?
Yeah. We got about 2,000 people watching now.
I follow your shit, so I'm
Oh, man, thank you. Appreciate it. From San Diego, right?
San Diego, man.
Awesome, awesome.
Where are you from again?
Bakersfield.
Bakersfield. Hey. That's all right. All right, man. We'll go look for my buddy, but it's good seeing you, brother.
All right, brother. Take it easy now. Nice seeing you again. All right, everybody. That's the end of tonight here. It is 9 o'clock local time here. I'm going to head back to the room, get some rest, be back here early in the morning. Tomorrow, we're back to the regular routines. Tomorrow, we are going to get a count. Just like we do it before they take off, we will have a truck count and vehicle count. I mean, they were saying that 2 other convoys were joining this convoy here tonight. Haven't heard if they have made it yet or not, but tomorrow morning we'll be here early, give you guys a great view of those trucks coming out of this parking lot here at Ted's. Might be mistaken, but Ted's Farm Equipment is an auction place here in Monrovia, Indiana. Bunch of beautiful vehicles here. Thank you, Armor, and thank you everybody who supported tonight, not only with your time by watching this, but also your finances stressed, because those finances are getting stretched out to pay for this very expensive trip. So thank you. How's it going, sir?
Pretty good.
Thank you, guys. We will catch you in the morning. Mods, thank you. And like I want to say this, start saying this every night. To my beautiful wife, thank you so much for letting me come out. For those of you who do not know who my wife is, she's in this chat room under Irene Felix. That is my wife. So thank you, babe, for letting me come out and kiss those girls goodnight. We have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old. Talk to you soon right now. Love you. And peace out, everybody.
Julius, you got lost again. I was about ready to put you on You can buy a hotspot. They usually don't work in these situations. Off the stream. Let's go. Walk back here and see if we can find Brad and Dan, and then we'll head out. Again, thank you all for tuning in and subscribing. Please go to our Getter Getter is Oreo_Express. We also got Twitter, which is at Oreo Express. And so you guys are what makes it possible. I want to say thank you to you all. The donations and everything that you guys put in have gotten us here, have gotten us hotel rooms, and continue to supply us with what we need. So just want to say thank you guys. Seriously, it is just awesome. It's an honor to be here. It's a privilege to be here. Like, I mean, this is something I would want to do regardless if I was live streaming or not. This is incredible. There's an attorney general there, right there. He had some hecklers. He had some hecklers in, yeah, it was attorney general. They want him to do something about all the corruption, and I get what they're coming from. See? She's talking about her reception. That's cool. They're using hockey sticks for the Canadian flags, guys. Hockey sticks. What freedom looks like, guys. I don't know, we gotta find Pancho Benny and our buddy Brad. There he is.
Are you with Steve? I've got a couple episodes of it.
I believe he has a website. He had a drone above, and he's gonna upload it to the website.
I'm gonna represent.
It's like bigflags.com or. I'll see if I can find out before I leave. Yeah.
I'm not here.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Was that the whole night? I'm here because of the
It just keeps getting better night after night. They outdid themselves.
What's your name? That's why I'm
This is Josh, Oreo Express.
Yeah, we were just telling good stories about
I'm pretty sure that it's the guy with the black hat right there in the back of the truck. He's the one that owns the flag. He was telling everybody where to go get that.
So Josh, you think
Why didn't Ted do this?
I don't know. We will know if we're making ground. If we just go through DC and we do no stopping, we didn't make any ground. We just wasted people's money.
Were you out here with the flag?
Yeah, we came out here, the horns honking, it was beautiful.
Jump up on that truck, red truck.
Oh, nice.
Great roll.
But what I will say is that every American should be terrified of
Man, another day, guys, like 6-7 hours of live stream, bringing you guys everything we can. Just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Central Valley, California in the house. Got one of my neighbors in there. Guys, this has been an incredible journey today. Again, continue to share. Look at all these trucks back here. Look at those trucks. And remember, stay awake, not woke. Stay awake, not woke. And please go check out our website, theoreoexpress.com. We have this hat. We have all kind of gear and everything, and it's just one of those things. So, just seeing what was going on.
I don't have to look good. I don't have to. I want the point to be made. I am actually retarded.
He's live. He's live.
Here, listen. I am actually retarded. I'm going to represent Bear Independent Tendencies.
I love it, man. ESG. Down with ESG. Down with CCP.
Do you understand what ESG is and what it would do to conservatives? Yes. That's what we're trying to do.
I'm gonna wait until this guy, there's the flag right here. Look at those beautiful lights on those trucks. Look at that light flashing right there. And there goes that flag, man. That flag was huge, huh?
Hey, you chance to see it.
Oh, you didn't?
Can't do it.
Yeah, I did.